Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Baker, the Music Maker, coming at you with yet another song from K-pop Demon Hunters. This one's called How It's Done. I said I was done with K-pop Demon Hunters songs. You guys didn't listen to me. Y'all just kept putting the requests in the comments, so I figured why not do just one more. And this is How It's Done from K-pop Demon Hunters. Let's hear it. Boom! There it is, ladies and gentlemen. How It's Done. The third most popular song from K-pop Demon Hunters, if I'm not mistaken. But I figured, why not make just one more for you guys? You guys asked for it enough, so let's get right to it. Start from scratch, hit the restart button. We're ready to put in our settings. Always start with the settings, or you're going to be in a world of pain later. Now, I'm going to kind of breeze through this. I'm not going to describe each of these very thoroughly because it's a long one. And if I sit there and break down every section, it'd be a 30-minute video. None of us want that. So I'm going to kind of blaze through this, so pause it at any point if you need to check your work. Take your time, all right? We're going to change length from 4 bars to 16 bars, all the way up, as many as we can. We're going to start on middle C, note middle A sharp / B flat. That little hashtag sign right there, if you kiddos may know it as. But yeah, second from the bottom right there, start on middle A sharp / B flat and change 2 octaves to 3 octaves. So we start with 16 bars of length, A sharp / B flat, 3 octaves. We're going to press the blue check. Now we're ready to rock. Before I put in my drums or my notes or anything, let's put in the specs, the tempo, and the instrument sound, shall we? Tempo is the speed of the song. This one's 160 beats per minute. Won't let me drag it to that, so I got to double click on the number. Click 160, press enter, and now we have 160 beats per minute, which is an accurate tempo of this particular tune. We're going to change our sound from marimba to synth, being short for synthesizer, which is an electronic instrument, okay? We want a kind of electronic instrument sound because it's an electronic kind of song, right? So we want to have that going before we put anything else in. Now I'm going to put in the drums. We have like an A section, which is the first 8 bars, and the B section is the last 8 bars. First section is kind of a build. So we're going to do triangle, skip, all the way for the first 4 bars. Boom, boom, keep going. And then bars 5 through 7, stopping at bar 8, we're just going to do straight triangles. 8th notes. Whee! Just click and drag, and we're going to stop at the beginning of bar 8 right there. Boom! That's going to build from quarter notes to 8th notes. You want to use technical terms, and we're going to put a circle in line with some of these bars. We're going to put a circle at the beginning of bar 1. Leave out bar 2, one at the beginning of bar 3, one at the beginning of bar 4. Do that same thing through 5 through 8 right here. Boom. Skip that one. Boom and boom on the stop. And that is the drums for the A section. Let's hear that build. We got a big stop for the drop. I was done, done, done. Now we have a whole different B section of drums to put in. Let's go ahead and do that. Boom. Bap, boom, boom. That's our drum pattern. Circle, skip 3, triangle, skip 1, circle, skip 1, all the way through for the next 8 bars. And we're going to switch it up a little bit at the end. But just put that whole pattern in all the way for the last 8 bars. And while I'm doing that, a little shameless self-promotion. Smash that like and subscribe button. You already know the drill. Very cool. So I put that same pattern in for the last 8 bars. I'm going to add a circle somewhere in each of the last 2 bars. It's going to be the one right before that triangle spur. Boom, boom, bap, boom, 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 bap, boom, boom. To kind of turn around and put it back to the beginning. Let's hear that build into the B section. 8th notes. Big drop. I was done, done. Halftime. And you'll hear that pattern change right here. Boom. There's the whole drum part. So stop right there and make sure your spacing's all good. Now I'm going to start plugging in some chords and a bass line. Like I said, working from the bottom to the top. I'm going to start with a big D chord right here. Boom. Stack it tall. Orange, purple, orange, purple, orange. All the way up. in line with that circle. Then in line with this circle, we're going to put an orange, teal, purple. Then in line with this circle, orange, light green, purple. Repeat that for these right here, boom. Instead of stacking it all the way up, we'll just do the bottom 3 notes. Leave out the top 2. And then we're going to put the same notes down here. And then in this one, the F sharp, that light green. So there's our chords we're going to start with right there. And then we're going to have a bass line for the B section that I'm about to put in right here too, referencing that I've already made here. Let's see, we got this pattern for our B section. Boom, boom, boom. So these kind of all line up too, slightly. So we have orange, orange, skip that. Then we have that kind of yellow, mustard yellow right there, whatever you want to call that. Then we're going to do this. And we're going to repeat that. Those 2 bars we're going to repeat. Boom, 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 boom. Keep messing my spacing up. Repeat that. Like I said, same thing. And then, let's go ahead and add the root of how it's done, done, done. So that's going to be the very end. So we have that bass line repeated all the way throughout the last 8 bars, tongue-tied there. And then we're going to end it with the how it's done, done, done. And we could put that same figure getting into, because that is the figure that's going to get us into the B section. So 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, and... Right? So boom, that's our how it's done, done, done. We can add that to the end of bar 8. Boom. So we have that at the end of bar 16 and the bar 8. Let's hear that. There's our chords. Repeat. Chords. Bass line. There's our bass line, ladies and gentlemen. Cool. Like I said, stop there. Check your work. Make sure it's all cool. Now I'm going to plug in the melody, which are how the words go. Same kind of figure for bars 3 and 4. Similar. Boom. Okay, let's check that. Let's hear it so far. The first 4 bars. Now we're going to repeat that. So we have those bars are the same as those bars. So bars 1 and 2 are the same as 5 and 6. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm gonna show you a little bit different right here. Kind of similar. Boom. And then that's getting us to the B section. The how it's done, done, done. We're gonna double that. Like we did there. And we're gonna, triple that. For a real beefy transition. The drop, the build up to the drop right there, and that's going to be a big fat how it's done, done, done. Let's hear that so far. Almost done. Boom, now that sounds great. That's the turnaround to get us to the B section. So that sounds like this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Double that. So make sure these line up. These kind of line up with our bass line that we had already. So that's looking good. And what does it do again? Dun, 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 dun. Then it skips one. Dun, dun, dun. And we need another how it's done. Dun. Yeah, okay, good. We're doubling that there. Yep, just checking my spacing here and the work I've already done so I show my work here effectively. Yeah. Boom. So we have that bum 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 dum dum. We're gonna repeat that. But before we do that, let's hear it to make sure it sounds right. Beat section. Boom. Then we're going to do that same thing again. Bum, 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 bum. Same 4 bars. We're kind of going to repeat it. Doubling that. And then. And then same thing we do in that last couple bars. Bum, 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 bum. Then we double. How it's done, done. Which we double down here. And that's going to be the double what we already had in the bass line. Very cool. Remember, I'm going to double these two. Don't forget that. So we're doubling it to just kind of make it sound fatter. And that's pretty much it. That should be the entirety of it, yet we're going to add a little bit of a missing ingredient, which is the tricks, don't quit. Let's hear the whole thing first. Double check my work. There it is. Yep, we're missing the tricks, don't quit, which are some purple notes. Got to figure out where to put those purple notes. We're going to put them here in line with this section. Yeah, so we're on bars, what is that? 9, 10, 11, and 12, I think. Yeah, so before, how it's done, done, done. This is 4 A's in a row. 4 of these purples. That lineup of what we already have. Tricks, don't quit. How it's done, done, done. Then we're going to do that same thing at this section. Purple, 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 purple. How it's done, done. So that, I know that's kind of weird figuring out where to plug that in because it just looks like a sea of the same colors. But yeah, I'm going to check and make sure that all sounds good. But that should be the entirety of the song. Let's hear the whole thing completed. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking with me. I know it was a long one. There's a lot going on in this one, but that's it. I am done with K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm over it. I did 4 songs. I ain't never done that many for any type of movie or video game or nothing. But thank y'all for the request. I appreciate them coming in. I'm going to request something different. What else is cool? What's the new cool thing now? Get me hip, y'all. Y'all got to keep me hip to this stuff. But like I said, thank you for the request. Thank you for the love and support. We'll see y'all on the next time. And in the meantime, keep making music. Peace and love. Later.